I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. This is a quick video. Going to give you some information. Going to do a little thing, then we're going to prepare for our big show that is coming up at 11 when we'll have Jamal Shabazz from a Trinidad coach, at the Guyana Jaguar, the men's national team, and also worked with St. Lucia. Have some history on his hand. We're going to have that, all right? So welcome to the platform. Good morning. Again, we continue to put our hope and our confidence in the Most High God. He is a solid rock on which we stand. All other ground is sinking sand. We're not afraid of adversity and trials because we learn through the fires, we learn through the valleys, and we learn on the mountain top. You understand me? We don't hate. You understand me? We use hate as a vehicle to pull us into greater things and bigger things. You understand me? We don't hate obstacles and opposition because they help to make us stronger and build us stronger. What we don't do, we don't focus on our enemy. No, we never pay attention to what is against us. We always look for those who are with us and those who stand with us. So big up every person on the platform. Badger, Oran, Sure Improvement, good to see you. Kevin Williams, up and running. You understand me? Jason, give thanks. Yeah. And Peso, bless up yourself. To the others who have not yet made a comment, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. So quickly, wasn't able to go to the game yesterday, but I got some information that for the friendly against Guatemala, right? These are sources from Mount Pleasant. There, few of their players have been called up for this game. One is Jamai Topi, who had a very good game yesterday. He has been given a call up for this Guatemala game. So congratulations to Jamai Topi. Sink has a lot of potential, has looked better this season. So it's good to see him back in the national team. I hope he can really stake his claim for a consistent spot in the national team. Also, from there is Ramon Howell. Ramon Howell is the defensive midfielder who was at Waterhouse last season and captain Waterhouse, but has moved to Mount Pleasant. Understand that he also has been called up. So that is also good as well. And congratulations to him on this call-up. I don't think it is necessarily his form at Mount Pleasant that has caused this to happen, but just the season he had at Waterhouse and the fact that he has been a part of the national setup at some point. I think some of these players would have played under the leadership of, I think, Meron Garden on that occasion when the transition between Tapper and Paul Hall, and I think he was in charge of the team. And so, so Ramon Howell, and then a regular staple in the team and call up is Demario Phillips, who is also been included. So those are the three Mount Pleasant players. Congrats to them on this call up. Again, my hope is that they can stake a claim, and not just for this friendly, but would look so good in this game that they would be considered for future selection. All right, from Cavaliers, Richard King, who is back on the island having finished a stint in Iceland. He's back here, so he has been called up. He was part of the last Nation League game, and this is from my sources out there at Cavaliers, that Richard King has been called up. Kyle Ming as well. I think Kyle Ming is a highly underrated defender at Cavaliers. He normally doesn't get the credit, but good to see him being called up. Very smart player. He plays anywhere in the back four, can also play in midfield as well. Very versatile player. I think he attended Bridgeport and has been at Cavaliers for several years now. He captains the team. Very good reader of the game. Could be a little taller, for the international game, but looking forward, we're not playing against a very tall Guatemalan team, so it would be good to see how we'll match up against them. So that's Kyle Ming. And again, he was a part of the last Nation League squad. Also, from Cavaliers is Shaquille Thompson is his name. I mean, he has scored like the most goal in the Caribbean Club Championship that is going on right now. And many people have been saying that, he deserves a call-up. I understand from my sources at Cavaliers that he also has been included. Just got that in this morning that he will be in it, and so that is awesome. I think he deserves this looking. Always believe that he's a player with a lot of potential from his days at Jamaica College. Good to see matriculating, coming back from injury and doing well. Again, he's a very versatile player. He uses both feet. I know his brother has helped in his progress as well and been there to support him. So big up Shaquille on this looking. All right. If you follow now the USL, you would have seen that the switchback put up that Tyreek McGee and Devon Speedy Williams are also in the team. And the Oakland Roots have said that Trayvon Reed, who formerly of Tivoli Gardens, then Harborview, he's also in the Chanel, big up Brian, Chanel Thomas. So those are some of the names that from my sources. Like I said, some you can see on the club website, like you can see on the switchback website, Devon Speedy Williams. He was a mainstay in the team under the leadership of Coach Theodore Whitmore. Hasn't seen much light, but here it is that he has an opportunity. Could he put in a performance to challenge Latibodier in that position? We don't know. McGee, many people have been saying McGee needs an opportunity. I understand that he's on the island. I hope he's putting in some more probably training with one of the JPL clubs, condition up and running. So he's in it as well. And that is good. Good for Trayvon Reed. He had a season out there at the Oakland Roots in Oakland, California. So again, one of those players with a lot of potential that these guys have to go in and state their claim. They have to go in and let Coach Hal Grimson know that, listen, we are just as good or even better than the present crop of players you have. So those are some of the names, and as soon as we get more, we'll pass those on to you. JPL had some very, very exciting games yesterday as well. I'm going to give you some quick results for those of you who were under a rock, and then there's something very important that I need to share. Right, we're going to talk to the Duns. Oh no, Jason Wright. Oh, that's a very good shot, Brian. Jason Wright. I think Jason Wright is honestly. I also believe that, given what he did last season and just he's captain in Mullines now, he scored his first goal of the season yesterday. He's an ex-player that I think could be given a look in, honestly, because he has been a bright spark at Mullines. He has been a bright spark at Mullines. Good shout out, Brian, and for real, though you're part of Mullines, I don't think you know that's a bad shout out. I think you're absolutely right that he's someone that should be given consideration as well. Uh, all right. Yeah. Upbeat, bless up, upbeat. Duckland, bless up yourself. Ian Campbell, greetings and salutation. Will the Jamaica Canada squad select before the Guatemala friendly? Um, Upbeat, the squad is normally selected. It is just that it is not announced. You understand me? Remember, all of these things are governed by the rules. The coach would have to have selected the squad so that players could be released. But one of the things I must say is that the releasing of names and stuff has not been as loose as it used to be in the past, and that sometimes frustrate people. But I think that is the right thing, that at the right time, it would not make sense for a coach to release a squad for the Canada game when he's calling up players for a friendly. Because what if the player that has been called up for Guatemala are not in the Canada game? How and they know that they will not be a part of it. What would those performances look like? What if a player in the Guatemala game looks so outstanding that you need to replace one of the players from your quote unquote selected Canada squad? So when you have those variables, you have to be very careful how you manage the information. But I know that in the coach's head, he's a very organized coach. So I know that he probably has his squad already set and ready. Players have been contacted. As to when it will be released, I think it is fair to the players who are going to play in Guatemala that squad not be released until after that game, because somebody could put in a stellar performance and cause themselves to be interjected in the Canada game. That is very possible. So if I were the coach, I'd hold all my cards until after the Guatemala game, and then I can release my squad for Canada. That is how I do it. You understand me? But of course, I believe that in his mind, he already knows who is there. So when it comes on to the JPL, quick score update, and then I want to close because this is around 20 minutes, right? Mobile United, goal by Lucas Lima Correa, one of the Brazilians, scored from a corner kick to give Mobile United a 1-0 victory over Cavaliers. Rudolph Speed said that his players were tired. Humble Lion and Mullines drew 1-1. Kareem Bryan scored in the 16th minute for Humble Lion, while Jason Wright scored in the 38th minute for Mullines United. Mount Pleasant, in the game that was played, the second game at Draxall, they defeated Dunby Holden 3-0. Some very, very good goals in that game. The first one by Akwasa Chang. Good ball played into the box by Suley McCullough, and brilliantly tucked away with the head by Akwasa Chang, hitting the inside of the far post and just going across. Goalkeeper Damian Hyatt didn't have any chance of saving that one. The second goal was scored by Suley McCullough. A set play, they had Demario Phillips played it in, headed across the goal by Topi, and then Suley McCullough touched the ball and took it right off the fingertips, I would say, of Damian Hyatt, who I believe could have done better, and Suley McCullough headed that win. At this point, coach Lenny Hyde looked like a very despondent figure on the bench, wondering what was happening. And then Kimoni Bailey with the goal of the game, probably the goal of the season so far, with a brilliant strike. Young Devontae Campbell breaking down the left side and chipping that one across the box to the far post, and he hit it on the volley. The goalkeeper and the two defenders on the line had no chance of saving that one. I'm telling you, it was Kylian Mbappe-esque in the scoring if you go back to the World Cup. Also, Portmore United, they defeated newly promoted Treasure Beach by 3-0. A next player who has been doing well since his return to the island, Alex Marshall, he scored 2 goals in that one, in the 10th and in the 22nd minute. Right, he scored. And then Shavani Walsh scored in time added on the first in the first half. to give Portmore a 3-0 lead. Romario Brown got one back for Treasure Beach in the 47th minute. I think Romario Brown is a former Stets player, so he scored in the 47th minute, but they succumb 3-1 to Portmore United. And I'm telling you, Siobhan Walsh is also one of those strikers who has been doing well in the league since last season as well. So there are a couple of players out there that I think, could get a shot, could be looked at, could be viewed. All right. Yeah, and Limal, they lost their game. They were defeated by Waterhouse at Draxall in the early game by 3-1. Javian Bryan, Andre Fletcher with 2, and Aaron Elliott scoring a penalty for Limal. Do you know people that Unseen has gotten a job at Limal? Unseen, where you go so far, it's a lot of losses. So hope, hope. Hope. This team don't take the same face as your Charlie Mount team that your coach. All right. People, like I said, this is a very brief show. We have 3 minutes to go because we have Jamal Shabazz coming up at 11. You do not want to miss that. You see, we're talking about Jamaica's football and the JFF. He's going to give us some insight into normalization, into Caribbean football, into the constitution or the new constitution that they are trying to formulate in Trinidad and Tobago as they also prepare for elections. All right, so a lot has been said about me. I always tell people that the truth is like a lion. You let it loose and it defends itself. And I think it is important that for the purpose of clarity, all right, go back to my video because people always take you out of context. And I have heard and I've written about this. And like I said, on some matters, I have a very capable attorney and I take their advice. And when I speak with wisdom. All right? Because it's important that you operate in integrity. Again, when I started my videos, it was based on the clip from a Sports Max interview where allegations were made that by an individual where they said they called 2 names and they said the other one who is employed at the JFF. And the assertions were a fabricated company and organization, fabricated, operating illegally and corrupt. I started my video and I said this: I am not a part of any fabricated, corrupt, or illegal organization. And I went as far as saying, if anyone, including management, is found to be a part of anything that is illegal, corrupt, watch this, or fabricated, then the full measure of the law must be used to exact the necessary punishment. If anything that management or anyone is involved in breaches the Constitution of the Jamaica Football Federation and the FIFA bylaws or laws, those persons should be brought to justice. I wish not, and I said that, I have no vote. And as a choice of integrity, and because of my religious belief, I said all of this, I will recluse myself, even if I had, I will recluse myself from making any vote. And that is for my religious beliefs, one, and as a matter of integrity, I would not want to do that. All right? Big up Duckland. Right? So I like that last comment. So let me say that, right? I stated how my invitation to the beach soccer through the WhatsApp group. I stated all of those things. I was taken out of context. But I will tell you this. The truth always wins out. And if I have ulterior motives, people you will see. But if you, sir, have have personal agendas and ulterior motives, we will all see. Because I tell you this, I went on as far as saying, I believe the best solution to the matter is that both past and present organizations be put aside for the purpose of this election, and other entities be used to make up the pillar 3 so that the integrity is upheld. And after the elections, then you can determine which one of the organizations will go ahead. Let me say this again. I said I will not answer any questions because I'm not going to give anyone any ammunition so that they can further their cause. Yet I was taken out of context. So again, I have a statement, and from that statement, I've written to the appropriate persons, and we have information that at the appropriate time we will do what is necessary. I am not vindictive, and here's what I'll make clear to people. Yet, I was really, honestly, and I said it at my church yesterday, that given some of the things, I was going to walk away from the football because it's not making any sense. But I have so many subscribers who call and said, listen, don't do that. We stand with you. All right? And I've made up my mind that, of course, you know what? Whatever I can do, I'm going to keep on doing it. Right? I'm going to keep on doing it. But if there is someone who has greater expertise, step in and do it. So, futsal have asked me to help through a very good friend of mine, Gregory Simmons, who wanted to launch futsal across Jamaica. And he said, listen, Manningsman, this is way before this whole election thing. He said, Manningsman, too much is happening right now. I will interview him and tell him this. I will wait until all of this is settled. And I would have headed up that. And it's the same thing people would say, I started the legal thing to get votes. So all I ask is that if I've done something illegal, it is in your right. If I'm fabricating stuff, you have legal rights to take me to court. It is a matter of the law. It means that as an individual, I have broken the law of the land, and therefore I should be charged for crimes. And I'm saying, I ask you to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. I'm saying that is the right thing for you to do. That is the right thing for you to do. And on that note, I'll leave it right there, right? Because I did say starting this week, I know that the amount of people who are on the channel will go down because we are going to focus on what is to the benefit of the growth and development of football. All right? We'll be doing that. So a lot of this stuff won't happen. So if you're going to come to ask questions about stuff, they are going to be ignored. We are going to focus on the topics that we have and stay away from them. All right? And I am fine with 10 people being informed than 1,000 people causing mischief. Because this is not about money for me. I'm not seeking to get wealth out of this. I'm seeking to make a difference. And I again implore you to make a difference. To not just talk change, but be change. With that being said, to the loyal, respectful, dedicated subscribers of I Am Sure Sports, meet us back at 11. It's going to be fire when you hear about Trinidad and Tobago. I am Manningsman. This has been I Am Sure Sports. Let me give you a quick recap. Kyle Ming, Shanil Thomas, King, Trayvon Reed, Jamai Tuopi, Demario Phillips, Ramon Howell. Those are the names that have come up in the scene. I am Manningsman. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And as usual, we say we are over and we are O-U-T out of here.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New heard this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I said, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, you cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Rios, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha. Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.